And she's like, what do you want to do for everything? I'm like, honestly, I don't want to go to trunk or treating. I just want to sit on my ass and watch all the sports today because the UFC and Canes and the Heat. And she's like, that's fine. And she was good.
Oh, see that? You were trying to Tobin your way out of it, and all you had to do was be honest.
If I'm honest.
Hey,
you know what?
Which is something you haven't been about that statue. I'm gonna just be honest.
Dude, I'm being honest. I really am.
Why are you the only one? Not one other person has said what you're saying.
Dwyane likes it.
He has to like it.
He doesn't have to like it.
Yes, he does.
Why?
Because he got skin in the game, and it's an honor to have a statue. Here, let me explain this to you. The statue is the honor, not how the statue looks. So you are honored to have a statue. So, like, yeah, he's not going to say it doesn't even look like me. It's the statue itself that is the honor.
A lot of people think that he was revealing something to the Heat organization about the Heat organization yesterday, right? So get the headlines here, which are brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory like the Sportage, the Sorento, and the Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. People love drama, right? People love to drum up drama. I don't know what these people, these people who like to just make, something out of nothing. I don't know what's wrong with those people. But here we go. We'll get to this. So Dwyane Wade yesterday was closing out his speech, and he channeled Pat Riley. And people think this was revealing something. And I'll just play it.
Say people, do you mean you?
No, I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't. I don't.
Wait, for years, you have always come here with something somebody said.
Yeah.
And go, could be something.
It could be something, could be nothing. I think this is
now you're saying I don't.
I think I'm going to the drive-through and I'm ordering a big nothing burger. I think this is nothing. Okay. But people are. I'll give you the context of yesterday. One person who was noticeably absent from the ceremony and was not in attendance was Jimmy Butler. Jimmy was not there, and for a guy that they it's thought that they have a close relationship. Now, I do want to point out to everybody before I get to the sound, he is being honored again tonight and will be in the building. So he will see him tonight. But anyway, I don't want to taint the jury pool. Here's what D Wade said to close out his speech.
What legacy is. And when I say what legacy is, legacy for this organization and what we believe in. And those words are from the Godfather himself, from Pat Riley. And these are words and actions that Zoe, UD, myself, and now Bam have held and will continue to hold. Legacy. I don't have a vision of what my legacy is. You have to develop a philosophy. It's an image of a desired state that you want to get to. A house divided against itself will not stand. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Current Miami Heat players, y'all hear that? A house divided against itself will not stand. You're either in or you out. You don't merely want to be considered the best of the best. You want to be considered the only ones who do what you do. You want to make sure that one day you'll leave some footprints. And I think that legacy is what it's all about. You want to leave something behind that people can follow and that people can hold on to.
All right, there you go. So, what? What's that face you're making?
So it's something, dude. It's
What do you mean? No.
Let me explain something. Hold on. Listen. I'm gonna add 1 and 1, and I'm gonna get 2. Because all I do is take the information and bring it in.
I don't like this.
Now, and I want everybody on Twitch, I want y'all to follow me. When he mentions Bam's name instead of Jimmy, is it ironic that Jimmy ain't there?
Is it ironic that Jimmy's not there? I mean, so you think if Jimmy was there, he would have mentioned him?
No, the speech was a speech, dude.
I think they're good, though.
Okay.
I think they're good.
Here's the other thing. You either in or you out.
That's a Pat Riley.
But this is pointing at you too. You know why? Because you the one that be coming around here talking about playoff Jimmy.
Right.
That means you in some of the time.
He looked good on Saturday.
You either in or you're out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But maybe it's a message to everybody.
Everybody else been in, dude. Bam been in. Bam been playing.
Bam is always in. You don't have to ask about Bam. We know Bam's in.
Okay. A house divided. So that means if you're not all in.
Bam's so in, he's having a date night there.
But I'm just, don't try. Listen, don't try to.
What?
Don't.
You're right. You're right. She's, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't try.
An alleged date.
No, don't try to get this away from what we talking about.
All right.
We just trying to get to the bottom of it. We trying to get to what this means. Is it something or is it nothing?
All right. Let me add more evidence. Okay.
Let's go.
So here was D-Wade asked about his comment.
That information when I start calling your ass out.
No. I think this is gonna. This isn't deterring anything. This is just more.
Okay, go.
So he was then at his post press conference and was asked about his comments about Bam.
Why not?
Well, he wasn't asked about not Jimmy, but I'll just let you listen to the sound. Here he was.
We speak a lot. We always have, UD, myself, the organization have spoke to Bam at this level for a long time. And it's not pressure, it's just opportunity. I mentioned Alonzo Mourning. I mentioned Udonis Haslem. I mentioned myself. And then I mentioned Bam. To mention Bam with those likes, that's respect. Because we see him as, someone who's going to continue to, take on everything that we learned here and everything that we've passed on for this organization to be successful. And you don't have those players. They don't come around often. You have a lot of talented players come around. You have people that do great things, but you don't have cornerstone individuals that can take your culture and keep it going. And so I just spoke on that, and I've spoken to him. I spoke to the team too. You heard me. All right, house divided when I stand. As this, I want to be a part of winning. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, and this is going off beat. I was jealous watching the Boston Celtics the other night because I saw KG and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen out there. I know Ray here, but I was like, man, I want to be that guy. I want to be the old guy to come back with the team win the championship. And so it's important for me to set that example and to be that example, but not to be the only one. And so we're thankful for Zoe because he said it. You did not follow. And Bam has to be thankful for us because we said it, and now he's following it. And so hopefully it keeps going.
All right.
Now, I'm going to kind of get what I took out of that.
Go ahead.
Okay. Here's what I took out of that. The reason why he didn't mention Jimmy, because he mentioned guys start to finish, not guys that were brought in. That's
True.
It. That's it.
I mean, Zoe was brought in, but Zoe's thought,
Yeah, but Zoe was the OG.
Zoe's the OG. Fair.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's where I get that.
Mm-hmm.
So that has nothing to do with Jimmy.
Look,
he didn't mention
people,
Jimmy, but here's the thing.
I just want to say this with Jimmy, right? Jimmy has said part of the thing he likes with the Miami Heat is that they let him be him. He's not necessarily the do everything he called you guy. Still works very hard. The availability thing, put the availability thing aside on the games. The dude does work his ass off. He plays very physical, and the guy has led them to a lot of great moments. All right. Pat Riley says himself he's the biggest needle mover. But there is an element to him that marches to his own beat. Bam Adebayo does everything the organization asks, from the interviews to the community events to the extra stuff. You know, he's out opening a court in the middle of the community with D-Wade this week. It's just a different relationship. It's different. I don't, you know, and I think you're right. It's just a homegrown thing. Zoe saw this from Bam when he was 19 years old. This isn't a question of talent. It's just like you said, it's a start to finish thing that they've seen with him. I don't think there's a rift with Jimmy Butler. I don't think Dwyane is pointing anything out. I think that he was, like he said, kind of annoyed that the Heat have gotten close and then ran into it. This is a man who he said this yesterday too. You want this? You got to win. You got to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I thought people were making too much drama about it, but I get it. I get it. People are pissed. People think that everything's a thing.
I would say not mentioning Jimmy had nothing to do with what he was talking about, because he was talking about homegrown guys.
Right.
That being said, it didn't help that Jimmy wasn't there.
It didn't help.
You see what I'm saying?
It didn't help. But
there's guys that been on the team for 12 seconds that were there.
Jaime was there. All the young guys were there.
Right. So
I do think a lot of those guys live across the street.
And I think they were forced to go.
Probably.
Right. Like I believe me, I know the young guys always have to, you know.
Tyler wasn't there.
Tyler
wasn't there.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't like Jimmy was the only guy who wasn't there.
Right, but
he's the noticeable guy because him and D-Wade are thought of to have a very close relationship.
Yeah, and if D-Wade was cool with it, and
he's going to see him tonight.
Right. I'm just saying, like, if you want to pull something from it, you got to show you things that are real versus what's not. The real reason why he didn't mention Jimmy is because of the homegrown thing. I believe that.
Tahoe says, Tobin wants to think that the Heat all hang out every weekend and send Christmas cards. They ain't like that, dude. No, Tahoe, I think you want to think that. I don't think that. I know how it is. Like, you guys all want to think because they don't hang out all the time and they're not singing Christmas carols together that you think that means there's a problem. And I just want letting you know they can do a job and have a different part of their life.
Yeah, that can be true, but there's also moments.
I get it.
Where you being there or not being there says more than you know what I mean?
But do you think that Jimmy showed up as an FU to the organization, to D-Wade?
No.
I don't think he's been acting like that.
I just think that more is taken from it than it is. But even if you were a rando guy and you looked at all the things that were said and who's there and who's not, you could see how somebody could pull that from the events.
Look,
you see what I'm saying?
There's only one place we got to care about is attendance, and that's at 7:30 tonight. That's it. Froggy, what's that look?
It's also here. Let me ask you this, Toby.
Yep.
You think something is going on when he mentioned a house divided twice? Like he knows something's going on?
I think
that's not a random thing you just bring up.
It's a Pat Riley. It's a Rileyism. Like you said, I'm quoting Pat Riley here.
Okay, but twice.
Well, I mean, it's good to emphasize something in a speech. Like, I think there was definitely. I think he probably heard like, "Hey, you guys," like he said, "you have to be all in on this." Everybody, and maybe that was a message to Jimmy, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Pat Riley sent a very clear message to Jimmy too. Which, by the way, Jimmy Butler publicly hasn't really bucked against.
No. I mean, asking the guy to play more games is not like
He even said, but even D Wade acknowledged, like, hey, you're not always gonna like. I think one of the things that was cool about D Wade with this speech yesterday was closing with Pat Riley, because we know they've had their ups and downs, as Jimmy and Pat had at the end of last year. Like, he's been through all of that. He's been through this chapter of the Pat Riley thing. Nobody ever wants to like remember that. It's like, this is not a guy. Now, it was, dude, when they hugged after the speech yesterday, that was goosies. Wow.
Dude, and that's why your eyes, that statue look older than Pat Riley.
Don't. I mean, Pat Riley is very good looking for an 80-year-old man, but still.
Okay.
What is this scoffing you're doing, frog boy?
No, I just know that I have post-traumatic liner disorder, because when you're talking about where his attendance matters, the only thing I was thinking is like, this is a Blue Chew read he's about to do?
No. I don't have Blue Chew today.
No, but his attendance does matter today more than yesterday. He could be just going through treatment, and he's like, look, bro, you're going to have a lot of speeches, a lot of people there. I'll catch you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, dude. It's fine. I'm not going to go work on my day off.
I don't think that portion of it is a big deal, because evidently they have a good relationship.
Yeah, we'll find out tonight. They're chummy tonight. We know it was just like, I was getting some recovery.
Yeah, they were just posting on like Instagram at the Pat Riley night. They were hugging. They were like family, all that stuff. And I know social media is not necessarily real life, but it's not like there's an iciness, I think, that's there. But I do think I like that D Wade is going out there and putting a challenge out to this Heat. That's something he really hasn't done before in his retirement.
Hey. Game Boy 305 says that statue needs help crossing the street.